Hi everyone, and I know it's been a few days since my last YouTube update. I've been very busy with personal life and college as well. But yeah, so here's another YouTube video. So on this video, I'd like to talk about that today is officially the start of a new season, fall. Summer, by the looks of it, according to the Weather Network for the next 2 weeks, looks like summer is finally behind us, so those hot, blazing days, I'm pretty sure we're not going to see any more of those unless we get an Indian summer, which can happen either way. But now, since with the arrival of fall, comes with the arrival of a new season and new clothing wear as well. I've noticed already in a lot of clothing stores and shoe stores in malls in my city that they're bringing out sweater weather stuff. So there's actually cute sweaters for both guys and girls alike in stores right now, and I've actually seen a few that I'm considering on buying actually. And yeah, like last autumn, actually, for an example, I had tons of sweaters. I actually was going out to stores and getting lots of them actually, just because it was sweater weather, and I like sweaters. But so that being said, also with fall comes with certain holidays. Like for instance, in a few weeks, we're going to be having Thanksgiving. Gobble gobble. Yeah. So a lot of people are going to be having Thanksgiving dinner at their home with their loved ones. Others are going to go to a friend's house, or sometimes the unfortunate might go to like a food service place to get their Thanksgiving turkey dinner. Now, I don't know what I'm doing for Thanksgiving, to be honest. My family is not the greatest, so that's still in the works, I think, for Thanksgiving here at my place, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, and then also in October comes Halloween. Now, I actually already have a costume idea for Halloween, as I dress up every year for it. Halloween's on a Saturday, so parents can actually take their kids out trick-or-treating and don't have to worry about school the next day, considering that Halloween's on Saturday and the next following day is Sunday. Now, if families are church-going people, they probably want their kids in bed because they have to get up to go to church in the morning, but that's a whole different scenario. But there's no school at all whatsoever on a Sunday, so parents don't have to worry as much about having their kids out late to a certain hour trick-or-treating. And for us adults, a lot of people don't, that I know at least, I can say, don't work Sundays. So if you wanted to go out to like a club or to like a Halloween party or a house party for Halloween or something to do with Halloween, like an outing wise, don't have to worry about going to work hungover, don't have to worry about, a lot of different things related to work life, because ta-da, it's a Sunday. So you can take the Sunday to recuperate from all that booze you probably downed, or God knows why, and take that day to actually remove all your makeup before you go to work, if you're wearing makeup for your costume. So, and then also, before winter starts, comes the Remembrance Day here in Canada. I think Veterans Day too for the States, don't quote me on that. Remembrance Day to remember all the veterans and the lost soldiers fought during our wars, which is nice. I always look forward to Remembrance Day. I actually like listening into some of the ceremonies that go on during that particular day. And then, at the end of November, ta-da, I get my G2. Yay. No more beginner's license for driving. Yay. Anyways, so with fall is the arrival of a new season. Leaves are going to change color. It's going to get really beautiful outside. And people are going to be not going to, can't speak today, sorry, apparently not. But a lot of people are not going to be wearing their shorts or t-shirts or even flip-flops unless they're crazy and, like to embrace the cold and do it anyways. But yeah, so I don't know if you've looked into, there's a store right now, and it's called Urban Planet, and they've actually come out with some pretty neat fall stuff already. Sweaters alike, for sweater weather in both the guys and girls section. I was in there, I think it was last week I was in there to buy some active wear for the gym, so I can go work out in comfortable clothing. And while I was looking at the active gear, I actually saw a lot of pretty cute new arrivals I'm actually considering going back to get. A mixture of sweaters, pullover, hoodies, zip-ups, denim jackets, pleather jackets, leather jackets. But I really hope they get rid of that plaid in the clearance section. They had plaid all summer. It was plaid fanatic, and I was like, ew. Like, seriously, like, you'll probably look like a really bad lumberjack for all that plaid. Like, that looks really bad. So hopefully that gets out of the clearance section, because I was still on the clearance rack when I went in last time. Let me tell you, never plaid. No thanks. I used to wear plaid, but then I got out of that quite quickly, let me tell you. So with autumn, a lot of people like to, rake the leaves, jump around in them, roll around in them, but leaves actually good for filling up those bags for your those pumpkin decorations for Halloween, right? So with that being said, and oh yes, since it's September, kids are already in their third week of school. Us adults who are in college, third or second week of college life. Ta-da. And yeah, I don't know. It's I like the arrival of autumn. I like summer too, but spring and autumn are particularly what I look forward to, considering it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's just right. I don't like to freeze my ass off in winter. I really don't. Every winter you will see me with my Uggs on and a warm winter jacket, and gloves on. You will not see me wear a toque though. I do not do toques. Never have, never will. So that's, but when I go in the cold, I try to get to point A to point B, whether I'm walking, driving, cabbing, busing, however I'm going, I try to get to point A to point B quite quick. I try not to waste time. Even though last winter, this was past, in January, I actually had an unfortunate accident at the Embassy nightclub. And the accident was, it was the beginning of the night. I wasn't even done halfway through my bottle. I was kind of I pre-drank a bit at my house, but I was mainly sober for the most part. I was buzzing, yes, but I wasn't drunk. But I was somehow on the dance floor. My friend Chantel just went. I was with her and our friend Morgan, and she went off to the side to do something. Whatever, fine, whatever. And then I was just just dancing, having a good time. And next thing I know, I slip. Now it's not the first time I slipped, mind you, but this was different though. I slipped backwards. This leg here went up in the air, and my knee just popped right out and twisted a bit. And then I land on my back, and I immediately rolled over to my side and put myself in a fetal position, and I locked myself in that position, and the pain was instantaneous. It was bad. I screamed on top of the music. The music's pretty fucking loud, mind you, at a club. Okay? I screamed on top of this fucking music. That's how bad it was. And usually a lot of people that I've seen in my lifetime that have got accidents at the club, I used to be a bartender, I used to see a lot of different things too, doing that as well, and just being a not regular customer, but being a customer, at the odd time I do go out. But I've seen them with David injured. They're like, I want another drink, I'm injured. No, I did not do that though. The first thing that came out of my mouth was, call 911. My friend Chantal thought I was just overreacting, but when she walked over back and she's saw what was going on, she's like, shit. She was dating the DJ at the time, so she got him to let the other people, the employee-wise at the bar, let them know that I'm down, basically, and that I need medical attention because I cannot move. My knee is out of its socket. And the worst part is I felt my knee dislocate. And it was pretty weird feeling. But the pain came after I hit the metal floor. And yet, yes, the floor was metal. I don't know what club has metal floors, but it was metal floors. And the floor was not wet or sticky. So I don't know how I fell on that, but I don't know. But so it took a while, actually. Now that I look back at that night, it took a while for the paramedics to arrive. I think that the paramedics thought it was just some drunk idiot or whatever, so they didn't take nothing to it. But it was pretty bad. My friend Dan, who was bartending that night, he actually got Chantel to go over to the bar station and hand me a few bottles of water that were free. Thanks, Dan, by the way. Because I got so dehydrated so quick, my buzz, I completely sobered up. My buzz was gone. And I was just trying to drink water, and I was screaming, where's the paramedics? Where's the paramedics? Where's Chantal? Where's the paramedics? That's all I was doing. I did not care for anything else. I did not care for the club. I did not care for anybody else. I did not care for The drinks, I did not care for anything. I just know I needed to get to the hospital. That's all I knew. I need to get to the hospital. I need my needs to be fixed. I'm raining in pain. And at the same time, usually when I experience a great amount of pain, for some reason, I pass out. The pain knocks me out. So I was fighting hard to not pass out, which actually worked, by the way, surprisingly. So I almost bit Chantel's hand, too, because that's how freaked out and in pain I was. Which, by the way, Chantel, sorry about that. So anyways, long story short, the paramedics come. They put me in a stretcher. When they lifted me up, it was pretty painful. Like, mind you, I was screaming. You rolled me out. Now, by this point, though, the bar was filled with people. So I have like 10 million people looking at me, staring at me. Now I'm like, great. Now I have an audience. Hallelujah. No, not really, but yeah, but no, there are a lot of people that were watching the whole thing, and I get rolled out. I get taken to the general hospital in my city. What's the name of the hospital, by the way? And the doctor was very, very not pleasant, actually. The doctor that came in to pop my knee back in. He was so inconsiderate. I was in pain. I was actually in tears, and it took a lot for me to cry, mind you. So I was pretty in rough shape. And the doctor comes up. He takes one look at the knee. I'm still on the stretcher in the reception area, and he was so insecure about his words and the tone and he used. He's like, "Oh, it doesn't look that bad. I can pop it in place right now. It takes 10 seconds. How about it?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, I said through clenched teeth, but it took me a while. But I got the sentence nonetheless. I'm like, "You need to put me in a room and put me in." That's basically what I said in that shot. So they rolled me into the room, and this doctor went off to do something else. Whatever. And and they were starting to put the IV in me and try to give morphine. I hate hospitals. I hate IVs. I hate morphine. I hate any kind of drug painkiller. I really do. But I had no choice because I was suffering really bad. And I was sweating, fever, all 9 yards. I was not having a good night. The doctor comes back, okay, with 2 nurses. The 2 paramedics, both were females. They were actually very nice. God bless their heart. I love these 2 paramedics, though. But here's another reason why I love them. This isn't here. Listen right here. When the doctor came in with the drug that would put me out, right, so that way they can flip me on my back, stretch my legs right out, and pop my knee in. That's what they need to do. And I was not going to be awake for that because just no, the whole hospital will hear me scream. That's why I'm like, you need to put me out, because I knew in the back of my head how they're going to do it. I'm like, no, you need to put me out before you even touch me to do that, literally. So they gave me, but I think it was another thing of morphine. I'm not sure what they gave me, but I know they gave me something else just before the knockout medication. But anyways, so when they were getting that dropout medication, I looked at the bottle. I just asked what it was. I was just curious, right? Just so I know what they're putting in me, right? The same idiot doctor, looks at me. He's like, "Oh, it's propofol," right? I'm trying to nod my head, okay, because I know what that is. I know what propofol is. Not only did I know it was the drug that, rest in peace, Michael Jackson, that drug led up to his death. But not only did I know about that, I'm educated about propofol, with the properties of propofol, what it does, what it's meant for, how it can be abused, why people might abuse it, and what can lead up to the side effects of it being abused. And I'm educated about it. So I'm trying to nod in my head, okay, yeah, I understand. He thought I was illiterate to the fact about propofol. So, not only, he didn't try to explain it. He turned around, he looked at me, and he had like the rudest face on, mind you. He's like, "Oh, you don't know what that is?" And I'm trying to nod in my head, "Yeah, I do. I know what it is." Mind you, through pain. It's like, "Oh," and he was like, "Oh, it's a drug that Michael Jackson used to commit suicide." It's okay. And I'm like, I looked at him, and the look on my face went from in pain to pissed off. I'm in pain. You just fucking pissed me off now. And I was actually trying to clench a fist because I was ready to knock the doctor in the face. And I would never dream of hurting people unless I had to self-defend myself, obviously, right? It came down to it. But I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna clock you first, bud. Wham! But then the paramedics, the 2 girls, heard and saw obviously the doctor and saw my reaction, knew that I was pissed. Looked at the doctor and be like, "Do you really have to be that insecure about it?" He's like, "What?" And I'm like, "This kid is feeling really scared and vulnerable right now, and here you going around saying Michael Jackson's suicide, propofol death, it's okay, like, and then it's like we bit our tongues back in reception, but now we're not gonna bite our tongues here because we're in this room. Like, we're staying here because we're staying until he wakes up fine with everything worked out because of the fact that you're being so rude and inconsiderate, and that this kid can't even fend for himself right now, let alone deal with your rudeness. So stop. That's what the two paramedics in a nutshell said. Can you believe that? These two paramedics, who could have just easily dropped me off and leave for their next call, their next little job, stayed by my side and told this doctor where to go and how to get there. God bless these girls' hearts. I wish I should have got their number, like their employee number or their names or something, because like I was very thankful and I really liked them. I don't know what's gonna see, but anyways. So, long story short, I get knocked out. The propofol is used. I get knocked out. When I wake up, apparently I was up for like 5 minutes. It was like more like 2 seconds in my eyes, but that's okay. And he told me, and I'm not sure the paramedics was there too, and he helped actually a little bit. He felt me in my back. He stretched all both my legs out, and he popped it in. He got the cast on, the brace, whatever you want to call it, and as soon as I was stable, I was, like, on my back, comfortable, the pain was gone, the cast was on. It didn't take that much for the pain to go away, apparently, surprisingly. That's when he weaned me off that propofol and woke me up. And he told me that, and I was very grateful. And I told him thank you. And I took the hospital 2 hours, maybe 3 to discharge me, but that's okay because he were giving me hot blankets after hot blankets. That was pretty nice. And I just slept for the majority of it until I was told that they were going to pay for the cab, even though I had money on me, obviously, because I was out already. So, like, I told him I can pay for my own cab. It's not an issue. It's like, no, you had a pretty bad accident, and you were pretty good about everything. Like, even screaming for 911 instead of another drink, and, you had an unfortunate accident. We're just going to pay for it. It's okay. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. Okay, thank you, whatever. The cab driver was nice, by the way, that night. So, long story short, that night was at, God knows, the middle of the winter. It was like January. It was a really bad winter this past winter. And I was back at the adult day school getting my grade 12 at this time. And you could just imagine, people did not shovel their sidewalks at all. Flipping all. Okay? So here's me. You can just imagine me in a brace and crutches that Monday. 2 hours in the bloody hectic bad temperature and so much snow, crutching my way to my school to pick up assignments, because they estimated approximately a maximum of 10 days before I'll be back on my feet. Doing my usual thing, my running around responsibilities, school, my dog, the whole 9 yards. Well, okay, and I need my schoolwork because, I may be, a bit crippled right now, but I'm not going to allow this to affect my schooling, so that's why I ventured. Now, I get to the school, and that's when the school found out. They're like, crap. So they gave me my assignments, and they said, hopefully get better. They're pretty nice about it, and they can't wait to see me again. They actually were pretty concerned. The teachers were fantastic, obviously, at that school. I love these teachers there. But anyways, long story short, I called my CIS worker, Marlene, and asked her if she's not available, if she's busy, if they can send someone to come pick me up. And I told her why, right? She's like, oh. I'm like, yes. She's like, well, if you would have called earlier, we would have driven you there and back. I'm like, dang, man. I'm like, I just spent 2 hours getting here on crutches. There was snow in the cold. Really bad. You're telling me I could have just called? I'm like, I'm like, well, thanks to know that now. LOL. But no, she wasn't available though, but she sent another worker that I've known since I was a child, Christine, and she came in, picked me and dropped me off at home. And just those 10 days were really bad. I actually had to get off my crutches earlier because all these people said they were going to come by and help me. My dog never showed up, first and foremost, and I was so pissed about that. So I had to get off my crutches earlier because my dog, and I'm not going to let my dog suffer, obviously not. So I had to get off my crutches 10 days earlier just to walk my dog, and I went to school a bit earlier than expected, handed in all those assignments. I got some extra, I got ahead of it because I did all the assignments. I got 10 days worth of assignments. I got off my crutches 3 days early. So I had a couple days worth of assignments already ahead and handed in. So I don't want to have a repeat of that winter. Because if I have a repeat of that winter, I will be so mad. And that's part why I don't like winter, because maybe my Uggs were wet that night, because it was just after I got in from getting there. And I walked it from my house. That's actually like less than a 10-minute walk from my house, so it's not too bad in the cold in the winter if I were to go out. But still, like, I don't have a repeat like that. That's probably why I'm not looking forward to this winter, because I'm in the back of my head, something's telling me, like, might happen, don't do it, oh, okay. So, but in spring, if that would happen in spring, I probably would have just fallen over the it, because, spring, it's more grounded outside. Yeah, rain can happen, obviously. All year round, rain can happen, but it won't be slippery with ice or anything, surprising. So, but fall and spring are like my favorite seasons of the year. Like, fall gets beautiful, it gets really nice balmy temperatures, I'm not sweating, and I can actually sleep comfortably without turning on my air conditioning. It's pretty nice, and my dog likes it too. It's better for him. He's a Siberian Husky, so you can just imagine. And it's very pretty, family get-togethers. I had one last year, but I don't know what this year. I think this happened in the year. But, just fall overall is just a really good time of year. I just like it. It's very beautiful. It's very, you got lots of turkey, lots of mashed potatoes, and stuff like that. It also, like Halloween, having fun on Halloween. That's a fun time of the year. And also for people who are into pagan / Wiccan, like I am, I'm also celebrating All Hallows Eve, which I'll explain in another video of mine, closer to the day of Halloween. But anyways, long story short, fall and spring, my favorite season, sweater weather, beautiful colors, Halloween, decorating for Halloween, family get-togethers, Thanksgiving dinner, turkey, yum yum, gobble gobble. That's basically what I look at when it comes to fall. Spring, Easter, I don't care what Easter, really, I don't. So, spring would be like everything comes back to life after that winter, and everything gets beautiful after a long, long winter of bitter cold and bitter snow and everything. So, it's probably why I like those two seasons the best. Summer and winter, not so much. Not so much anymore. I used to like summer, actually, a lot. Now I'm just like, no, fall and spring, please. And, like, if here in Canada, if we only had, if the only seasons we had were spring and fall all year round, I would be okay with that. Thanks. So, if you guys like those sweater weathers, that's coming back now. I suggest you start hitting up your closest shopping mall or outlets get your favorite brands on, get everything going, because you know what? It's right around the corner, and today marks the 21st of September, marks the first day of spring. Fall. The autumn equinox, I think it's called. So without further ado, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time on the flip side. See you later, guys.